Every seller I've ever met asks the same 3 questions. What's my house worth? What do you charge? And what are you going to do to get it sold? And here's the problem. Most agents give you a cookie-cutter answer. They walk into listing appointments with a number already in their head, pulled from the last 3 sales without actually analyzing the unique features of your home. And here's the thing. If an agent can give you an exact price before even stepping foot inside your home, they're not strategizing. They're guessing. Then they rattle off their fee without showing you any options or explaining what's actually included. And finally, they promise professional photos like it's a big value add. Of course you need professional photos. That's the bare minimum. If an agent is planning to shoot your home with their phone, that's your sign to run as fast as you can. And this is exactly why homes end up sitting on the market while sellers lose thousands. I'm Lily Vallario, a top-selling agent in Maryland. On this channel, I give you no fluff real estate advice that actually works. So if you're tired of gimmicks and want the straight talk that gets results, hit subscribe. I post every week. Question 1. What's my house worth? A lot of agents will simply nod along with whatever you've seen on Zillow, Redfin, or Realtor.com. Or they'll walk in with a number they've pulled straight from the last 3 sales. That's not strategy. That's shortcutting. The reality is price has to be carefully analyzed. It's not just about what sold last month. It's about what's happening today. Who are we competing with? Are those homes similar in size and style? What upgrades and features do they have compared to yours? How's the condition? How's the presentation? The location within the neighborhood? All of that matters because the number we choose doesn't just sit on a piece of paper. It positions your home in the market. Get it wrong and you either leave money on the table or scare buyers off completely. Get it right and you create competition, urgency, and real offers. Question 2. What do you charge? Some agents fumble here. They either get nervous about their fee or throw out a number without context. But here's the truth. An agent should be confident in explaining exactly what they offer and why it matters. The right agent should show you how their marketing strategy and systems are designed to put more money in your pocket at the closing table. It's not about being the cheapest. It's about showing you why their approach actually nets you more in the end. Think of it this way. Would you rather save $2,000 by hiring a discount agent or hire the right agent who can get you $20,000 more on your sale? That's the difference between cutting corners and investing in results. Question 3. What are you going to do to sell it? This is where you hear the same generic promises over and over. We'll put your house on the MLS. We'll take lots of photos. We'll share it on Facebook and Instagram. That's not a marketing plan. That's a checklist, and checklists don't sell houses. Here's the reality. That's not how social media works. Your agent's friends and family are not your buyers. Marketing a home today requires targeted digital campaigns, paid ads, and placement where buyers are actually searching, not just a post that gets a few likes from Aunt Karen. So when an agent says, "I'll take professional photos and post it online," don't be impressed. Everyone should be doing that. The question is, how are they getting your home in front of the right buyers? That's where strategy separates homes that sell fast and homes that sit. And here's the key. Those 3 questions sellers always ask aren't separate. They're part of one system. Price, promotion, placement. When one of those pieces is missing, that's when homes sit and sellers lose money. Before we go deeper, I want to hear from you. Which one do you think kills a home sale faster? Bad pricing, bad photos, or bad marketing? Drop a comment below. Now let's dig into the one thing almost every seller brings up. Zillow. Here's the truth. Zillow is a great tool for browsing homes, but it's not a pricing strategy. Even Zillow calls it a zestimate. I call it a guesstimate. The problem is Zillow has no idea about the things that actually impact value. It doesn't know you spent $15,000 on a brand new roof. It doesn't know you added a composite deck. It doesn't know you replaced all your windows or remodeled your kitchen with today's finishes. On the flip side, Zillow often overvalues homes that might be clean and well kept, but still dated, with laminate countertops and oak cabinets from the 90s. Nationally, Zillow's error rate on off-market homes is about 7%. Do the math. That's nearly $28,000 off on a $400,000 house. Sometimes it undervalues, sometimes it overvalues, and either way, it can throw sellers completely off track. So can you look at Zillow for a ballpark? Absolutely yes, but you cannot rely on it to make a pricing decision. Pricing has to be carefully analyzed against what's happening in the market today. The competition, the features, the condition, the presentation. That's why the smartest sellers use Zillow as a starting point, not the final word. Another big conversation I have with sellers is around appraisals. They'll say, but my home appraised for $500,000. And yes, that's valid. If we get an offer at $500,000, the appraisal will support it. But here's the catch. An appraisal looks backwards, not forward. It's based on sales that closed months ago. Right now, buyers aren't looking at your appraisal. They're looking at what's active today and what's selling right now. And if comparable homes are moving at $475,000 or $480,000, buyers aren't going to line up and pay $500,000 just because of an appraisal. That's the difference between appraisal value and market value. An appraised value is a professional opinion of value, mainly for the bank, while market value is what a ready, willing, and able buyer will actually pay today. And those two numbers don't always match. Now, I've seen the opposite play out. Just last month, I listed a home that wasn't the biggest or flashiest on the street, but we made strategic updates, painted, staged it beautifully, and got the lighting just right. The presentation was perfect. And guess what? We had multiple offers and sold above what the appraisal said it was worth. That's why pricing and presentation aren't just about matching numbers on a page. They're about creating competition in the minds of today's buyers. Appraisals are one data point, but market value is the only number that matters when you're trying to sell. Remember, you're not selling to an appraiser with a clipboard. You're selling to buyers with checkbooks. Here's what separates the agents who actually sell houses from the ones who just take listings. The system. Price, promotion, and placement, they don't work in isolation. They work together. Pricing isn't just a number. It's positioning. Price your home correctly and you create urgency and competition. Get it wrong and you either scare buyers off or leave money on the table. Promotion is how the story of your home is told. Professional staging, high quality photography, video tours, targeted ads. These aren't fluff. They're what makes buyers fall in love with your home before they ever walk through the door. Placement is where the home shows up, not just the MLS, not just Zillow. We're talking about everywhere buyers are looking. Real estate sites, YouTube, Instagram, Google, Facebook, using targeted campaigns that actually reach the right buyers, not just friends and family. And here's the catch. If one of those pieces breaks down, the whole system falls apart. You can't have great photos with the wrong price. You can't have the perfect price if no one sees your listing. And you can't run ads that bring people in if the house doesn't show well. I just saw this play out last month. The home wasn't the biggest or the most updated in the area, but we nailed the price, promotion, and placement. We had multiple offers in under a week. That didn't happen by chance. It happened because the system worked. So here's the takeaway. Every seller wants to know what their home is worth, what their agent charges, and what the plan is to get it sold. The weak answers, a Zillow number, a fee with no plan, and the classic stick it on the MLS and pray that it sells. That's not a strategy. That's a hope. The smart answers, a clear pricing strategy, a marketing plan that goes beyond the basics, and execution that actually gets buyers through the door. And of course, I'll pray on it too, but that's not the whole plan. That's the difference between agents who just list homes and agents who get them sold. If you want no fluff advice that actually helps you sell for top dollar, hit subscribe. I post new videos every week. And tell me in the comments, what do you think affects home sales more? Bad pricing, bad marketing, or bad strategy? I'd love to hear your thoughts. I'm Lily Vallario with eXp Realty, and this is how I get homes sold. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.